We are spun up, and I am just pumping the tweet and the post everywhere I can imagine. But yes. Hello, and welcome to the residence. It's a lovely abode just down the river and along the lane from Parliament Hill, where we have some lovely renters who've come recently, upstanding folk clearly by the comportment of everyone who's come by, and surely they're just here for the monumentous occasion of the King's address, to be given in the House of Lords, the only house of our government, of course, because, what, you think we're going to let a fucking peasant in there? No, if you want a common house, you should stick to the brothels unregistered. So, definitely nothing going on there. In fact, as we come inside the residence, between the several boxes of weapons stashed amidst crates of fine cheese, spice, and wine, we see two particular fellows here, I believe they're both fellows, watching the events unfold. Or rather, waiting. They can't see what's happening at Parliament Hill, but Rob E. Katz has arranged that over the course of the past several days, you have been moving gunpowder under Parliament. And the person on watch who is set to cook this off right under the King's ass is, of course, the ever-reliable and memorable compatriot to whom we all adore, Sly Fox. This is, of course, a nom de guerre. He's an enigmatic and charismatic figure, believed to be a high society rake, but, masquerades, an elf masquerading behind a mask. So, I believe that we come here to the residence along the burbling River Thames with Red and Thwack. Red, here played by Nye. Why don't you tell me here on the most fine of days, what's brought Red to this murderous, powderous, treacherous crossroads, and what's Red thinking right now?
Well, Red was, before all of this business, was a scholar of both the teachings of faith and also the arcane studies. However, with the King's recent proposals of laws that would make both his teachings quite heretical, let's say, and as a result, he has become an outlaw, if you will, a man with nobody but himself and the people he has surrounded himself with. And he is prepared to do anything to ensure the protection of the arts, arcane and religious.
Indeed. And so we have someone deeply set against the changes of the new brand, an insidious religious organization dead set on overtaking all faiths, and the King's new licenses and fees and restrictions upon arcane magery. Across from him, also in the residence, a fellow conspirator, Thwack. Thwack, speak to me. Tell me of your deeds and inclinations.
Yes, so Thwack, small halfling from the Northern Territories. He grew as a young lad, learning his percussive instruments and atoning to them. He joined the military band at quite a young age and has been there these 15 years. Until just recently, his bardic influences have found himself dispossessed and in poverty. And everything that he's worked for in his life has gone to ruin. And he's seeking revenge.
Indeed, and as a wise marketing campaign once told me, revenge solves everything. So, here we have Red and Thwack set about the residence and expecting greatly that their co-conspirators are shortly to dispense with the matter. This base of operations is where the gunpowder was stored in the cellar, which also contains a family catacomb. It's casual. Everyone who's used Airbnb has been in the family crypt below the estate and seen the magic sword there. But that's all moved out now. And there's a variety of weapons around, the odd firearm and whatnot. But in particular, you have some magical items you've obtained through the plot's arcane connections. And I believe in the possession of Red is a certain telekinetic wand and a bedazzling bag of powder for Thwack. And, yes, well, you're all quite sat around. Hearing that, things seem to go suitably. Lots of people are on Parliament Hill. There's food being handed out. The roads are thick. There's lots of water traffic going to the side of Parliament Hill, the docks there to drop off goods. Alcohol is flowing. Food is absolutely rolling out. And it is a monumentous occasion, and the king has done everything to make sure that this is going to be a moment that lives in infamy and great fame for him as he asserts his authority and ushers in a new era. And you have similar ambitions, as it turns out. But you do happen to hear the local street gossip waddling by with a hearty pretzel and a bit of both fish and chip in her bundled arms as she calls to her neighbor across the way. And you hear this by way of an open window, and she says, "Oh, have you heard the Captain Palatinus is absent? Oh my, you don't think he's come into some scandal, do you? Why ever would he be absent from such a proceeding?" And one of them says, "Oh, I don't know, but he is fond of drink. I even heard a rumor he was heading to the cellar." Now, Red, you have history proficiency.
Yes, I do.
You know that the Captain Palatinus is supposed to be in attendance whenever the king opens Parliament. And the only thing that would draw the Captain Palatinus away would be a serious and severe risk to the proceedings or end the king's life.
Mm-hmm. Which would be us. So
correct.
Which means the plot may be potentially on the rocks.
Yeah, but they do say that the king is there in all his splendid garb, and I was so excited for the big event. Oh yes, he seems quite adamant that it will begin at the appointed time. So, yeah, based on everything that you've overheard, the king is still there. The king is still balls deep on this, but the Captain Palatinus is absent, and that is suspect as hell. So it's quite possible that he's, on the prowl. So, here you and Thwack find yourselves. And that's a bit of a situation, isn't it?
Thwack, my friend, I believe that we might have to aid in the conspiracy a little bit more overtly than we already have.
What do you mean?
Well,
why would that be?
By the sounds of it, it seems that the Sly Fox has, if not been captured, then is being held up. If what fine folks down there are saying, and the attention of was it Pelaginus, sorry, did you say?
Palatinus.
Palatinus. If the attention of the Palatinus is away, it means that he's probably dealing with our plot. So we may need to help more overtly, is my suggestion.
Oh. Right. I stand up and start walking in the direction of wherever we heard these voices coming from.
Yeah, you walk out, and there's a prettyish lane, and all of the houses here are mostly well attended by servants, but of course you don't have servants here. You're renting. You've had conspirators pretend to be servants. But these are some prettyish abodes, very close to Parliament Hill. The very well-to-do nobles are here, and some people are gossiping upon the lane, the various ladies. And you see the streets are fucking clogged on the way to Parliament Hill.
Right. Excuse me, ma'am. I gain the attention of one of these ladies.
Ah, yes. Why, hello there, my good sir. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing just fine on this afternoon, and how about yourself?
Oh, well, I'm just positively famished with this delicacy in my arm that I've yet to put down. And she has her pretzel and her fish and her chip. And, she's clearly just loves gossip even more than she loves free, fresh food. But she's on her way to the food, and she says, "So, yes, I'm doing quite all right. And, I've just been to see the events in Parliament Hill, and they're so exceptional."
It sounds like it. I've heard all day about the grandeurs of the event. It sounds amazing.
Oh, yes, you really must see for yourself.
It would be quite the honor to be able to do something like that. However, on an afternoon like this, I believe I'm just looking for a drink. Do you know any places for a good pint of ale?
Oh, well, of course. There is the Checkers Club, just that way, and a few yards up yonder. And she gesticulates you to the nearest hoity-toity drinking hole. And you see, map location obtained. I will note, you know of 3 ways to reach Parliament. But you could go by the street, which would theoretically be... Okay, let me rephrase. There is a boat. There is a dock and a boat on the residence. You could take the river. It's the fastest. It's the most exposed. There's guards on the dock. They'd see you coming. You'd have to fast talk by them. There are the city streets. Second fastest, less exposed, but you do have to deal with the crowd somehow. Then, there is how you got the powder in. If you go into the basement of this building, you can enter the catacombs. And that is how Sly has painstakingly brought barrel after barrel into the cellar of the House of Lords. It's the slowest, but the least exposed. Do bear in mind that I do not want to tip my hand too far. It won't make the adventure unwinnable, but how quickly you arrive at Parliament will impact your outcomes in this adventure. Just wanted to share that. But yeah, so and also this drinking hole I've told you about is really close. You won't lose time by visiting it.
Right. Well, thank you for your time, ma'am.
Of course, sir.
Red.
Yes, Red followed Thwack outside as she said that. Yes. What is it, Thwack?
Where do you think we should go? What's the quickest route to our destination?
Quickest? Well, that would be the path. Am I correct that that leads?
The quickest is actually by boat.
By boat, okay. But I'm assuming they'd see us doing that.
I mean, it's going to be impossible to not be seen. It's important to note that, though, you have seen people with barrels full of, spices and wines and food dropping them off at the pier.
Okay.
And you do have such barrels at your abode as part of keeping up appearances. And then second fastest is the street, and the slowest is the catacomb path.
Thwack, what if we took the streets? I could make both of us invisible if necessary. Wait, no, can I do that? This is where I need to check if I know how to use my own spell. I can make one of us invisible. Okay, that's not helpful then. Apologies. Yeah, okay. Never mind then. Let's not do that. We could take the boat. Would it be difficult to commandeer a boat, do you think, Thwack? To sail down there with these barrels and pretend like we're just dropping something off?
I do not believe so. I believe that we can get that done.
Okay, then. Could I make a perception check just to see if I can find either an unattended boat or...
You have one. The residence has one.
Oh, we have one.
Yeah, these...
Oh, perfect. Then, let's
these hoity-toity houses have one, and it's for the servants to take you out on or whatever. But you guys are here alone. So, you come to the boat. It's a pretty simple affair. Do you want... There are, however, some barrels. Do you guys want to load those barrels?
Yes, we will. Are they filled with anything of note, or are they just?
Yeah, so
filled
you
with
have
stuff?
wine, you have cheese, you have spice.
Okay, yeah, we'll just load up, like not like too much because
Yeah.
we don't want to take too long.
Yeah,
But a little bit.
You loaded the also well. I have a question. So, are either of you particularly strong to make the hoisting quick, or do you have any tools of the telekinetic type?
That I do have tools, the telekinetic type. I've got the wands.
But
to
here's the
remind
trick.
myself.
Here's the trick. Do you whip out the wand and start telekinesing on the riverside where people can see?
Well, my strength is like 10, so I feel like I'm strong enough to like pick up one barrel, but I'm probably not like quick about it. Well, what about Thwack? Is Thwack a strong boy or?
No, Thwack is the opposite of a strong boy. However, I think we can make this work.
Thwack is a great performer.
Am I aware of your wand?
Yes. I would have like we it's all there, so we would have talked about who got it.
Okay.
So yeah.
Red.
Yes.
Let's make this easy on ourselves.
Okay. Yeah.
Keep that thing up in your sleeve or concealed or something, man. Watch this. And Thwack puts his arms around the barrel, pretending to lift this barrel up, but expecting that at some point the weight will be taken from his arms.
Yes.
All right.
Red will use this one. I love
Thwack,
that. He's doing it a bit more subtle though as well. Yeah.
With the assistance of Red, make a performance at advantage to just... and if you don't have it configured, just by default roll both in Roll20. Just click performance. And you see Thwack, a small halfling, the opposite of a strong boy, as said by his player, hoist and... Well, if no one is looking too closely, it looks like a halfling's lifting the barrel. If you look pretty closely, sometimes he only has one hand on it. I don't know. But mostly people just sort of in the distance on the river, like some sailors are like, oh, good show, as they see, a wee lad absolutely stacking the barrels. You have a well-barreled vehicle shortly, and wine and cheese and spice laden aboard your boat. That's that's your situation, and now you are upon the river Otswald, and so you guys settle down into your boat, right? Here's a question:
Yeah.
do either of you know how to sail?
No.
No, that's the other members of the conspiracy often did that. I mean, how hard can it be, Thwack?
How hard can it be, indeed? So, feeling out the river to do a best look. I believe earlier. Well, if either have nature, that's good. But so nature or perception could be done to maybe like feel out the stuff ahead. Athletics could be done to add a little bit of rowing, but it's going to be a dex-based water vehicle proficiency test to get that boat going at nice speeds, and you can assist that via these things like perception and nature or in athletics, but or any other suggestion any of you have of how do I help spot the way to go down. It's a big, wide, nearly mile-wide river, and there's lots of open space, but there's also tricks to it. There's faster sections, there's rocks. So the more you can figure about its nature or just know from having studied, the better odds you'll give yourselves.
Okay. Thwack, between the two of us, do you want to be like the one using the rudder and stuff, or do you want me to be doing that? And then the other one can do the assistance thing with the other skill rolls, if that works.
So I actually, with my soldier background, do have proficiency in vehicles.
Oh, okay, cool.
Very,
Then, yeah,
very nice. Yeah.
Perfect, yeah.
The military band once actually had an on-the-water special, and Thwack had to alternate between playing and like maneuvering. It was very impressive.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, yeah, it's awesome. I'll still roll nature just to see if I can help out a little bit. Could be better, but it's an 11. Yeah. Oh, there's some reeds over there, Thwack. Yeah, just watch out for those.
Indeed. You don't get great feedback from a compatriot here, so let's see that if you don't have the vehicle in, you just make a dex check and then we'll add 2 to it.
All right.
Oh. Oh my
You
God.
do have advantage because you are receiving the help action. So the boat absolutely like the wake breaks before you as you cut on the wind and on all of the best parts, and people are like genuinely shocked and surprised to see how fast you're going. And so it is that Thwack and Red swiftly approach the docks. So you're getting good time. As long as it doesn't slow you down, you are going to arrive there fast. So the docks are up ahead, and there is like the wooded Parliament Hill around, right?
Mhm.
And I'm just quickly displaying that. You guys could try and put in on the hill and sneak towards the riverside door, or you could just land there and try and fast talk them.
Interesting. Well, you know what they say, if you dress and act as if you're supposed to be there, people will think you're supposed to be there. So I think we can take the risk, Thwack. It's the quickest way through is to just go through. So okay, yeah, you'll probably have to do talking though, because you know what I'm like when I try and lie.
I'm on it, sir.
All right,
No
so
problem.
you pull up in your boat with several barrels in tow, and you are hailed by people who once would have been Thwack's co-workers. You see them in fine parade dress reminiscent of your own military band uniform, but they're not necessarily military. They're the Guard Palatinus. The Guards Palatinus. And they say, "Stop right there then. What's all this?"
Hello, friends. My name is Thwack Turnbuckle. I used to work in the same establishment as yourself. I am here today to deliver some goods, some wine and cheese for the event.
Yeah, the Guards Palatine look around and they say, well then. And they crane in and they say, "Do you have a receipt or any other papers?"
Nah, this is simply a gift from myself to the incoming parliament and battalions. You can take a look at the barrels if you'd like.
They say, So it's a gift for us.
Indeed.
And he looks favorably upon that. Give me a deception. Yeah, and he says, well, perhaps. And he's like, well then. He gesticulates and says, "Can't have you here too long, but two of us will help you out." And two guards, Palatini, sort of come up and help you lift barrels and get them inside. And with this ruse, you guys both have a barrel in hand, and you are just waddling right up to Parliament, arriving swiftly as you see the Parliament building is far in the distance, and you enter into this like tunnel, like cut out in amongst the grass and tree, and you find yourself in the Cellar of Lords. And I'm gonna put you here, and I'm gonna tell you two things right quick. Thing one, you guys have mapped the Cellar of Lords. The conspiracy has already mapped the Cellar of Lords. You don't have a map that tells you what everything is or where everything is, but you do have a map of the cellar, and you know where your bomb is. Hold on. Yeah, okay. Show to players. So you know that you just arrived from the east at the river storage. That little like between you and the cistern is that represents an extra 100 feet. So that's a bit of a ways. But more importantly, you are as far as anybody coming in with river goods is supposed to go. You and these two guards who are putting down some barrels, and you have your own barrels. You are pretty sure that, like they're about to be like, all right, time to get the fuck out the moment that you're done with this. So what are Red and Thwack doing as you come in here and you get ready?
Right. I mean, Red will give you a look, like the eyebrow, like we're gonna these guys.
And I'll just put a soft hand up and a single finger, like, just hold on a second. And Thwack's gonna his eyes are gonna swell up. And he's gonna start drawing some tears. And he's gonna start like lightly sobbing in front of one of these guards.
He kind of looks at you and says, "So I think you have something in your eye." Just in a very dripping, disdainful manner.
Oh, sorry, sir. I just, I served in this battalion 15 years of my life, and I, had to retire early and honorable discharge and all that. I'm just so upset that I won't be able to witness this for myself.
And he says, "Did you now?" And what was your calling in the forces? And he kind of like gives you an up and down.
Spent a few years here and there. You know how it is. Spent some time in the medical ward. Spent some time in the military band.
Oh, the military band. I hear they fired most of you, yeah. Crying shame. Well,
right.
If it's any consolation, most of us are just spread out around the place. There's been quite a bit to do, so we probably wouldn't want to linger here anyway. Give me. He says, if the Captain Palatinus catches us, there'll be an earful.
I understand.
And so you're trying to elicit like a sympathetic response here.
Correct.
He does seem like, one of the guards seems like, oh, well, the military band getting shit canned was, kind of unfortunate. And he seems vaguely sympathetic. The other one does not give a shit, and he's like tapping his foot like. And have you guys put down, Thwack and Red, have you put down your barrels?
Red's taking his sweet time. He's definitely doing like the ginger, like, cause he's waiting for hopefully Thwack to either persuade them or.
The impatient guard says you need a hand with that.
Oh no, I'm quite fine. Just didn't stretch, before lifting. Definitely was the wrong call to make. And he's kind of like, he's not like obviously looking towards Thwack, but he's like doing the like the eye signals.
Man, that barrel sure was heavy. Sorry, gentlemen. There's something going on with my hip.
And
it's an old war wound, you see, that he has. Flares up every so often.
God probably was like, oh, that's crying shame. And the other one says, yeah, well, the fresh river air will be a lot better for you than this dusty cellar. Come on, then. And he just kind of like steps forward a bit. And one of the so at this juncture, this guy is kind of looking like, oh, that's a shame. And this guy's like, hurry the fuck up.
Yeah.
Do you want to give me a performance to really sell the injury?
Sure.
Like it's gonna be more of a hassle to move you.
This guy sighs and he says, oh, well, there's room enough to lounge. And he looks at the other guard, and he says, "You're responsible for this?" And he's like, "Of course. Anything for a veteran of 15 years. It's quite a while, don't you think? You must have quite the pension to be bringing these barrels as a gift for all us and them." And then this guard like waves, the hell with it, and he just fucks off.
Oh, thank you, son. Oh.
No problem, old timer. Can I get you anything?
No, usually these things just work themselves out on their own. But maybe somewhere to sit.
And he's like, "All right, well, we have crates and barrels here, plenty."
Right. And Thwack hops on one of the barrels and just kind of lays back against the wall. I'm sorry for wasting your time, sir. These things, sometimes take a while to work themselves out.
There's skin off my back. Just more barrels and standing in the sun for me. Red, I would note that this guard seems totally preoccupied with Thwack. If you felt
Yeah, I'm just thinking what I've got.
Any desire towards any course of action here.
Okay, Red's gonna have one final look at Thwack, and he's gonna kind of do a, like, because I'm presuming Red's gonna move behind. Oh yeah, I can do this on the map. Red's gonna move in such a manner so that he's like here behind the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he's gonna kind of do like one hand motion, like.
All right.
Okay.
So Red, what's the play here?
So this is the question I have for you as the GM. Does casting magic? Oh, I've clicked it. I was trying to get the info. Ignore that. Those rolls, because that wasn't the intention. Or use them. It's up to you. I didn't cast it twice though.
Mm-hmm.
Did I? No, I haven't. Or no, maybe I did. No, I didn't. Okay. Yeah, basically, what I'm going to do is fire a magic missile into him. I'm just curious, does that make a sound? It does have a verbal component, but obviously Red will be. I've got to stop clicking that. I'm just trying to close it.
Will say something out loud.
It's not going to be like loud though. Can I like say it just like at this volume, like pow?
Yes,
or
you will speak, and then the magic missile will make a bit of a choo choo, but it's not going to be so like. Let me put it this way. It's over 100 feet to the cistern, so unless somebody's in that hallway between here and the cistern, which they have no reason to do unless they're coming here already, they're not going to hear it that way.
Okay.
Outside, the crashing sounds of the river overpower the ears of most of the guards by the river. You don't think that there's if as long as you deal with this guy, you have no other witness to the best of your knowledge.
Okay, so he is going to cast magic missile at 2nd level. To make it a bit stronger, that's why I said ignore.
All right, I
those rolls,
will clear that, and then just give me all your damage you're pumping into him.
Cool. How do I cast this at a higher level? I'm not sure. With the
what are the dice for it?
It is so I roll 1d4 plus 1, and at a higher level I just add another dart. So it would be 1d4 plus 2, basically. No, sorry.
No, just one more d4 roll, yeah. So just
it would just be 4. Yeah, one more d4 roll.
Yeah,
okay.
so just pop me your rolls, and we'll see what that amounts to.
Okay.
Don't.
That's the damage rolled from the previous ones. Oh, do you want to just include that then? I'll just roll one more.
Yep.
So 2, 2, 4. So that would be 8. So I'll do one more. 2.
Yeah, you can tell the whack. You see this guy go as like the magic missile bolts are striking him in the back, and he doesn't even make it to the 4th. 8 damage is more than enough to thud him down. And Red, was that lethal or non-lethal? Were you shooting?
No, non-lethal. No, he doesn't want to kill because these guys are just doing their job.
You knock him unconscious, and he thuds to the ground. It's important to note on his possession he had a bill, as in a pole arm. And he had on his chest a loaded pistol, which does not go off when he hits the ground.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. So
Okay,
you got one sack of potatoes guard, and you are in. And why am I still playing this music? This is fucking tense.
Ooh, tense music. Okay, how big is this guy? Like, is he roughly the same size as Red?
Yeah. Maybe
Yeah,
a
more
little
or
bit
less, like maybe a
larger.
little bit, yeah, a little bit larger, a little bit shorter, or whatever. Okay,
Right.
so yeah, he's gonna go. Red's gonna go for attack. Okay, what are you thinking for the good old dress up as the guards routine situation? I'll do that, and then that way, if anyone stops us, I'll just say you're a veteran wanting to see the sights. Obviously, they can't look at my face too long because they'll realize I'm not one of them. But just at a glance,
Right. I think that can work out. And if need be, I have light feet. I can hide in these tall corridors.
Do
Could
either
make-
of you have a
make you
disguise kit?
invisible.
Or even if you don't have the item, proficiency.
Oh no, I don't think I've got proficiency in that.
Sure.
No, I don't.
But you can take a man's clothes off and put them on your
Yeah,
body.
yeah. Oh yeah, like Red's under no illusion that if somebody like even gets like a good 10, 20 seconds looking at his face, they're gonna go, wait a minute, I don't know who the fuck you are. You're
Alright.
a part of my company.
So there's a
But yeah.
There's a naked dude behind a barrel now, and Red is quite disguised, as if though a guard Palatinus.
Yep. Okay. Ooh. No, that would be too suspicious. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So I'm gonna go over. Okay. So we'll just go through. We've got the map. So where should we go? Should we go to where the bomb is?
I suppose that would be the best first course of action. Yeah.
Yeah, just to see if it's still there. Okay. So we got the cover story. You're a veteran. I'm a person, one of the guards leading you, and if anyone stops us, we'll just go with that. Probably gonna cause issue, but hey, we'll just roll the dice and see how things go.
I'm right behind you.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll head off. Which direction? This way. Okay.
And I'm assuming so Red is taking point, Thwack close behind, yeah?
Yeah.
Correct.
You walk. You walk for a long time. This jagged portion indicating an abridged distance of 100 feet. So keep that in mind if you're thinking that you want to run back out this way at some point. I don't know why you would, but wink, wink. There's an extra 100 feet here. Finally, after great travel, you come out into a 10-foot wide portion, and you see a cistern. It is a vast structure. You can see down in there, there's sort of a grate, and like there's like a part that flows somewhere else. And also there's gates that seem that they are rigged up. And it looks like there's a lower level here. And maybe there is some means of unleashing the waters here to elsewhere.
Okay. I think we'll go past for now because we don't know what the situation is. Like, we don't know if they've caught Fox or if they've, or if they're just suspicious. So we should probably find that out first before we start
I agree.
releasing the floodgates. Okay.
Certainly. So,
Oh wait, Red can see guards with his view cone. I don't know if I'm supposed to, but yes.
So, you do. So you it's actually an interesting situation. So you hear them moving around, but you see a room of boxes and drapery, and you guys come to the entrance to this chamber, and you see the flammable storage. There's all sorts of stuff that would burn really easily here, right? Piled up into this lower level. Some of the pallets have moved, and there are 4 guards absolutely like spraying to take this place apart. As this happens, several of them convene, and one of them says, "Right, Captain says that we're to give a sweep, so you two north." And they say, "Oh, sure, we always take the north, but why not?" And 2 of them trudge northerly, and these 2 are still kicking around here on a level below yours. So, like 10 feet down from where you are. And you'd note that the exit. So the way that this is delineated is you see how there's like this deeper green color sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
That indicates that that's like the banister or a doorway onto the second level of the room, and the regular wall is the regular wall, and the shadows indicate lower and exits. So they went through an exit on the ground floor, and there's a stair exit on your level down here. There's also a ladder in that corner.
Okay. We don't want to get in a fight with these guys, so I think do you want to try stealthing it across?
Yeah. Let's so I have I think it's a racial ability, naturally stealthy.
Yes. Hey, Forlath.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah.
You can attempt to hide even when you're obscured by a creature that is at least one size larger than you. I believe that Red is a human, right? So he's medium.
Yes. Yeah, medium-sized creature. Or being, I should say.
So I'm essentially going to attempt to walk behind Red, whenever possible, to gain a little bit of cover, stay out of the eyesight of the guards.
All right.
And then
yeah.
if they did see us, they'd probably see Red before they'd see Thwack, which at least is a bit more negotiable, because taking a tourist visit down here is probably not on the cards.
So you're more or less stacked up behind your hidden party member. You are trying to sneak. Red, show us how well you sneak. And show me where you want to go, Red.
So the plan is... So which one did the third guy go? Did he go up the way, did you say?
Two of them went north, the direction of the bomb.
Two, sorry. Okay. And that's where the bomb is. Fuck yeah, we'll have to go that way then. There's not going to be an easy. Yeah, we'll just have to hope the stealth check goes well, because it's not really a lot I can do otherwise. So let's see how this goes. Close the character sheet. This is going to go horrible because my dex isn't too bad, so I don't think I've just jinxed myself, haven't I? Yeah.
So
I did jinx myself.
Red, you do a great job. Well, we default to the one on the left if there's no advantage disadvantage. Yes, which is good for you, not so good for Thwack. So, Red, show me where you're walking.
Okay.
Did you cut out? Hello?
Well, where's the ruler?
I'm hearing you.
Oh, no. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, my internet probably went a bit funny. The plan is to walk confidently and in a straight line to the ladder. Just like I'm supposed to be here. I'm not engaging with any conversation, but not like in a corner hiding. Just like, yep, I'm supposed to be here.
So your objective is
mentality.
But you've rolled stealth because you're like, ideally you're not getting seen, but if someone saw you, you wouldn't look like you were being sus. So
it's kind of like a social stealth.
Yeah. So you're strategically choosing when to go. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It gets you far. You get down. You want to go down the ladder, right?
If that's the way to get to where the bomb is, sorry.
Yeah. So it goes well until you're down the ladder. You have to kind of like awkwardly like push yourself out so that Thwack can like come under you. Thwack winds up missing his footing once and scuffing the railing and sending a slack of dirt that kind of makes a noise. So at this juncture, Red, you are like on the ladder, semi-hugging Thwack, when one of the guards turns around and says, "Oh, didn't know we were having more relief? What unit are you with?"
I'm new, sir. Sorry. It's they brought in more people because of the big event.
Don't call me sir. I work for a living. And
Oh yeah. No, I get what you mean.
and they say, "Are you doing all right there, recruit? You seem bunched up on that ladder. That sort of figures poor for your performance, you know. Got to have good stature."
Yeah. Sorry, it's with this. And he kind of like tugs at the uniform. He's got his feet. He's facing away as
Yeah,
well. It's just this. Yeah, uniform. I think like all the silly tassels and stuff they put on it got caught on the ladder. I'm just trying to, not break it because come up my paycheck.
Thwack, you are like against his belly trying to hide yourself as this conversation happens. What are you doing? You're thinking? Are you just thinking my fate is in Red's hands and I trust his ability to lie?
Just imagine like a koala.
Yeah. I mean, Thwack is just basically waiting to see, Red's charismatic capabilities in a situation like this, and if something goes wrong, Thwack's not thinking that this is we're in too dangerous of waters yet.
A quick question just before, because I know I'm going to have to roll something to convince them I'm supposed to be here. Do we know so on the layout of the map, do we know where the guards, like if they have like, not a barracks, but like, kind of like this is perhaps not the right term, like a rec room, like a place where they would go.
You know that several rooms are designated as guardhouses, but your map isn't like perfectly set up for it. Like you don't know exactly where it is, but you do know that there's at least one guard post in the cellar. Yes.
And is it in the direction of where the bomb is, or is it in the other direction?
You don't know where it is, so you'd be taking a blind guess on that.
You know what? I'm going to rely on the fact that I'm a recruit. So this is what he's going to do. Red's going to look down, and he's going to. Oh, I don't know if whispering's going to work, but he's going to kind of make a gesture that Thwack needs to move with what he's about to do. And what Red is going to do is he's going to pretend like he's going to get frustrated and tear the uniform off and kind of do like a big performance, say, "Oh, I've just fallen back," in the time hopefully Thwack will go. Like, if that makes sense, like
you're doing a theatrical like flat. I'm assuming Thwack can pick up what you're laying down.
Just like.
So you're like, the uniform goes and a tassel flies and.
Well, I mean, like Red's just ripping it because obviously it's not stuck on the ladder. But I think that's going to be a performance, I'm assuming, or deception. I'm not good at either. So
give it a performance. This feels theatrical. Thwack, are you going to tuck and roll at this juncture? Like, what's the plan? Oh wait, Turkey muted. Maybe not.
Yeah. That's what we're gonna do. We're going to
give me an acrobatics to tuck and roll over this. All right.
Well, if we get caught, we'll get caught.
Oh wow! Red has a brilliant, and the guards gasp, and Thwack. You manage to land well behind this large crate of what appears to be oils, which you imagine would go with a quick blaze, and. One says, "Recruit, now you've gone and done it. The uniform's ripped.
Yeah.
You get that scene right away. I mean, they'll dock your pay for that. And if the captain finds you like this at a time like this."
Yeah, no, and he's doing this as well. Like he's trying to not let his face get seen. Yeah, no, that's right. Oh,
they come
I better
over.
head to one of the guard posts.
They have the spiky helmets. You trying to pull down the brim of the helmet to cover your eyes.
Yeah, he's trying to be embarrassed about it, and he's maybe if I can go to the guard post, my mother used to sew. Maybe I can sew it back on, and he's trying to go.
Yeah, and they say,
in the direction of the bomb.
It's cluttered up, but if you just head south there through that wine store, and then
I don't want to go.
You need to hang west. Watch out, there's some inquisitorial types by, so be sure you've got your story straight. And
Okay.
Good on you then. And they tap you and say, "You'll want to be seen to that swiftly. The captain's here, and we've got a serious affair about us." And I have a question. Did you loot the weapons off of the other guy?
Yeah. Not to use them, but just
you have your pistol and bill on you, so you don't look like you're unarmed. Yeah. They say,
Yeah.
all right, and be sure you don't leave your pistol hanging down. Could have the powder fall out, and you wouldn't be ready to shoot.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Keep
Yeah.
that bill in
Kind of.
the crock of your arm, boy, and they give you a thwack, and they say, off with it
Oh,
then, and they jerk a
yep.
thumb to the south.
Okay. And south is not in the direction of the bomb, is
Nope,
it?
nope, pure opposite
Nope.
direction.
Okay. Well, Fat
They've said
can go
go
on
into,
ahead and yeah.
they
So
say go into
he'll
the
do
swine cellar.
yeah.
So
No,
you,
but
all right, so thwack, you just heard that go down, and now red is moving the opposite direction of the bomb. What do you want to do?
Okay.
Yep, things are going great.
rubs hands. The plan is coming together. We didn't plan
Uh,
anything.
let's see. Well, Thwack has faith that Red will be able to make it back to the point that we were heading towards, which will now be our vantage point. Thwack turns to look to see if the guards are still looking in Red's general direction.
The guards are they're faced in his direction. They're looking at each other a little more as they begin to kick up a conversation, but they're facing south.
All right. I'm going to attempt to first sneak behind these pallets that are next to the door,
Mm-hmm.
and then head north towards the bomb.
Yeah, there's like a stack of pallets here that's going to give you some obfuscation. Give me your stealth.
Yep.
You move silent as the night. Yeah, you come up here and you hear Malthus, and a voice replies, "What is it, Orly?" And he says, We're supposed to be checking all the crates, aren't we? But I've checked inside all of these, and we're going to have to move on to the next vestibule until we come to the central lift chamber. But what are we looking for? Anything out of the ordinary. We've gotten word there's a rat. Why, I haven't seen any rat droppings. They can't have been here long. No, I mean in the figurative sense, Orly. Oh, well. I suppose if we're looking after figures, I've done fine in my math. What do you mean, math, Orly? You're a recruit. But I'm going to night school. Orly, keep your mind on the mission. You pass by. Orly and Malthus seem to be busy to the west. More troublingly, you see Thwack. It seems that there's a chamber here, and you see an Inquisitor in like dark robes. They're light robes, and you see they have their hood pulled down, so you can see a tattoo on the back of their neck. It's the new brand, and they've got some guards with them as well. But there's a chamber beyond, and it looks like it's a locked door. And you see all sorts of sparkling items and scrolls and other magical things just beyond. In this chamber here, you think if you get to the door past that, you might be able to really get into some magical items. But troublingly, you see an angelic-looking dog rear its head around, and it sniffs with glowing golden eyes as a hound of heaven reveals itself. And the hound of heaven is trying to sniff something out. And they have advantage on this. And they sniff real fucking good, but Thwack, you know how to conceal your musk by how you hold your coat. And you've been sure to dab yourself in the least detectable of doggy odors before coming here, so you pass undetected. But to the east, you see an Inquisitor, 2 guards, and a Hound of Heaven. To the west is Orly and Malthus. He says, you know, Malthus, I'm just trying to be all I can be. And Malthus says, we'll see what that amounts to, Orly. Now keep your mind on the job. You come out around a central pillar and you enter. The bombs, ignore this fun icon that I forgot to cover up, Actually, okay. So the barrels here are the bombs, actually. To the west, though, you note how there's like this like line of stuff. That is being used to conceal a very long 2-minute fuse alongside various draperies and such, and cloths that are just covering it, right? So you get here. You get here just fine, and it seems like the bomb and all is undisturbed, and the fuse is thus unlit. Give me a perception to like look around the room and see what you can see.
Sure.
Yeah, you see in a nearby barrel, there's a dude peeking out. A masked individual. The one, the only, Sly Fox. Doesn't seem to have recognized you yet as you approach in such grand stealth.
Okay. So, I walk deeper into the room and get his attention.
You wave and he's like, oh, and he waves back to you, and he seems immediately taken aback to see you here.
Sly, what?
What's happened? What goes on out there? Why are you here? I hear voices. Have you been followed?
No, I don't believe so. But there's many a guard out there. Red has been told to go somewhere else by the guard.
Told? Have they seen him?
He has not been discovered. He's wearing the armor of the guard and the battalion.
I see. A cunning disguise. Well, Red always was the charismatic one. But now then, we should be very careful. I've heard talk of the Captain Palatinus. If he's come down here, we're in the thick of it, Thwack. But we have to hold out just a little bit longer. If we light the fuse now, we might not get the king.
I know, that's why we're here. We were making sure that the bombs weren't tampered with. We weren't sure what Palatinus had done.
Alright, we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait them out then. And as we hear talk of waiting them out, Red stumbles through some... Red, you see a hallway? There's like offs and ends to either side. There's a cart obfuscating the middle. There's a wine cellar that you've been told to go through to the south.
Mm-hmm. So I have... my plan is to go invisible, but I'm just wondering something.
Oh.
Okay. So... Where is it? Okay, never mind. I don't have the spell I thought I did. It's fine. Yeah. So that's just the plan, is to go invisible and then just basically double back around and just go back through to get to.
Sure. So do you want to like just appear around a corner here in the wine cellar?
Yeah. Just where nobody can see me. Yeah. And again, I'm just gonna remind myself. I think there's a verbal. Yeah, there is. It's a verbal.
Around the corner, you overhear a hissing voice say, "Celine, surely you're not suggesting that we find a distraction at a time like this?" To which Celine responds, "I'm not so you understand the depths of the situation." And it's a very angelic voice, a lilting angelic tone, and the voices seem to be coming Red from around this corner, and you hear that flopping of a dog-like mouth, as you overhear conversation between two women, one named Celine and one named Scarlet. Now, you would know that Scarlet Graves is a well-placed member of the Inquisition, the Knight Inquisitor, and Celine Rambrau is the Keeper of the Grail, a religious guardian of Parliament who keeps the Grail of State, a special magical artifact. So
Oh boy. Okay.
their presence indicates some pretty high power stuff, but they're talking pretty scandalously. And Scarlet says, "Well, to be frank, that Captain Esselfwix didn't quite earn his role. I'd say he had more to do with being born into the right family. Perhaps he's decided to shoot above his station. Another ill-earned promotion." And Celine responds, "Perhaps. However, what we should keep our eye on is the Onfath. It is our goal to ensure the power of the new faith and the new brand is unquestioned. If there are any heretics down here, whoever they may be, we need to take care of them shortly." "Agreed. As Knight Inquisitor, my blade seeks the truth." Red, this transpires. You cast stealth. You cast invisibility on yourself, and I
Yep.
presume at this juncture you double back.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's sweet because that's very useful information that
Yeah.
Thwack and a potentially alive fox should know about.
Yeah, so you double back. You are invisible, and there's no like really loud thing to step on. So you step by. Although, do give me a stealth just for fun.
Yes, of course. So if I'm remembering correctly, do I have advantage on this, or is it just a regular stealth?
It's regular, but normal means like if someone looks in your direction, they're not going to see anything.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Cool. I will roll then. I guess I'm trying to disguise the sound of my footsteps and things like that. Yeah. Like stuff that the stealth can't cover up.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. You do a good job to mitigate any smells.
That was very close.
This hound of heaven down the way does kind of look in your direction and bark, but the Inquisitor looks up and calls him off and says, "There's nothing there. We must check this store. Come here, my faithful hound." And Reg, you get by, and the Whack and the Sly are co-conspiring when Red enters. Red, you're quite invisible, so they can't see you.
Yes. I won't I'm not gonna scare Thwack because as far as I can tell, I can speak and touch things. I just can't attack or cast another spell. That's the only two things that break invisibility. So yeah. Oh boy, how do you do this without spooking someone? Red's gonna go over and he's going to. I guess he'll just say, "Hey, Thwack, it's me, Red. I'm invisible. Don't panic."
And Sly says, "Red, is that you?"
Yeah, it is. We got some bad news, like really bad news.
What goes on out there?
So, you know the head of the Inquisitors? Yeah, well, she's here, and so is the one who holds the holy artifact. They're both here.
The Grail
And,
Bearer? That is
yeah.
bad news.
Yeah, well, it gets worse because they're specifically going to be looking for, people like us, because it seems that there's a little bit of an internal squabbling with some of the others.
But if there's internal squabbling, we could use it to our advantage. And
True. Yes, true.
to the west, Malthus says, "Orly, what are you doing?" And Orly says, "Oh, I just thought this brick looked loose. Maybe there's a secret passage." "Orly, you're thinking of the catacombs under the palace. There are no secret passages under Parliament. It would be far too disorderly." "Oh, the royals get all the good stuff." "Yes, Orly, they do. Now help me over these barrels around the bend so we can say we've checked it all and not get our asses brassed for dereliction of duty or whatever charge they'll imagine next. Things are getting worse by the day." "Well, it doesn't sound like a nice thing to say about our superior officers, Malthus." "No, nor does your bickering. Now keep it to yourself." "All right, then." And Orly and Malthus pass just through this western passage to the north. And Fox says it sounds like they'll soon be upon the room. If they discover the powder, we're in for it. Fox adds, "I've also been able to detect the location of a magical item store. It's just to the south and east. If we get in there, perhaps you could use it to produce some manner of distraction.
I've got an alarm. It'll sound like a bell ringing when something it activates it. What if I mean that would be like I don't know what alarms they use, but someone ringing a bell might be a kind of signal that might draw some of them away.
Indeed.
I'm just trying to think where the best place to place it would be. Actually, in front of the magical artifacts room, because then as soon as someone goes past there, well, at least most of them will want to go see why someone's ringing a bell. And since it's an alarm, they're not going to see a bell being rung, so it'll be confusing enough, hopefully.
All right.
What are you thinking, Thwack? You got anything going on?
No, I think that's a grand idea. If you need more support in the making of noise, I have plenty of options for that as well.
Okay,
Maybe
well,
we.
the only Oh, sorry.
Well, I was just gonna say maybe even maybe we even spread these distractions out more than one.
Yeah, I was going to say, because as soon as I cast the alarm, my invisibility is going to go out. So I think, yeah. Well, what have you got sound-wise that we could do? Just something to draw them away, so that at the very least we can stretch out as much time as we can for the explosives to be ready.
I have a thunder wave that I can
Okay.
use.
That would be good, although we'd have to get out of wherever we set off the noise. I'm just trying to think what else we could do without, drawing every single guard and the flipping House of Lords down on us. I have a question.
Remember,
Lee.
Sly says, we'll also want to be making an expedient retreat. The fuse is long, but only gives us 2 minutes.
Yeah, we don't want to. No, I don't have anything. Yeah, that's all that Red has is setting off an alarm. Yeah, that's all that he has got as a distraction. I mean, he's got minor illusion as well, but that's kind of limited to what it could do. Oh, actually, he could do sounds. That's what he could do with minor illusion. So yeah, he can also. That'd probably be easier than alarm. Yeah. So, okay, Thwack, where do you think we should be setting off these distractions?
Let's set the first one off, as you suggested, in front of that magical room. That should get the attention of many a guard. After that, we're going to have our timing right, because, as Sly said, we're going to have to get out of here expediently when that wick starts burning.
Okay.
So perhaps we set off a few smaller distractions and head towards the outside, and then I'll make my thunder wave sound as if it was an explosion on our way out.
It's worth noting there's 4 ways out of the basement. One of them are the stairs that take you up into Parliament, which is not going to be a great place to be. The far south of your map is the catacomb entrance, which would get you out through the way you came in. And far west is a stair that leads directly out. It's like a cellar door entrance out onto the street around Parliament. So that is the present setup. Oh, and there's also the way you came in. But remember, there's an extra 100 feet in that direction.
Oh, I just realized something. I could just shout loudly while invisible to get people's attention. Okay, that's what he's doing. Yeah, so that's the plan that Red's got. Is he's going to just try and draw attention as long as he can as invisible to the other place, and then Swack, as I understand it, the plan then is, as soon as that's happening, once they all go there, for you to make an explosive noise somewhere else, which will kind of make them think that there's lots of stuff going on. Okay, that works. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So that'll be the signal for you to explode, to make the explosion sound would be, let's say, 30 seconds, a minute after Red does his distraction. Yeah.
Well, the question is, how much time do we have before this wick is supposed to light?
So, at this juncture,
That's a good question. I didn't think of that.
at this juncture, you arrive here swiftly, which means that you don't have as many enemies to deal with.
Uh-huh.
But you do have a little bit longer. Sly has a pocket watch on him, and you believe that you need to buy a further 20 minutes.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Okay, so our first round of distractions will just be small distractions, like you said. Yelling invisibly, maybe causing some prestidigitation of some kind, knocking things over, just luring the guards away from this room. And then I'd say at about 5-6 minutes till the countdown, we set off our big distractions in front of the magic room, and then at the outside entrance with the explosion noise.
Yeah, that
Right.
works. Okay, yeah. So I'll just do poltergeist stuff, knocking stuff over, and hopefully the dog doesn't find me. The dog's the one we got to worry about because it can smell good. So
All right, so Red is going to play Poltergeist, and Thwack, you are going to.
I am going to until the 5 or 6 minute mark. I'm going to remain in this room with Sly and make sure that no one actually tampers with the bombs themselves.
All right, so Red, you go on a little adventure.
Yeah.
You still want to begin it near the arcane lockup?
Actually, I
You
think
see
we'll
that the
be coming-
door is open, and the Inquisitor has gone inside with his retinue.
Oh, okay. Is the door is just a normal door, isn't it?
Well, the arcane lockup, I'm glad you asked, does have a double gate system with a set of 2 locks. So there's the outer gate and the inner gate, both of which are open at the moment.
Is there a mechanism apparent to closing one or both of them?
Yeah, so
Or
they
is it
are
like
like
you need a key?
it's like a metal door that you could just like slam shut if you were, I don't know, like an invisible ghosty ghost.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that is exactly what I'm thinking. Because even if they can get out from inside the room, if they can't get out from inside the room, perfect. But even if they can, that's gonna cause a distraction because they'll wonder what did that. So yeah, he's Red's gonna do it so that he doesn't get locked in with them though.
Okay, so
that would be bad.
You're gonna come in here, you're gonna slam this shit, and then you're gonna fuck off, right? Give me give me your sneak as they're like, what goes on out there, and they start to rush over this way.
Yeah, I do kind of like the idea of just I'm not stealthing because they can't see me. I'm stealthing so that I don't like go slap with my feet or something really obvious. Because invisibility exists in this world, so and ghosts, which I guess is a strength on my part. Oh, that's not the best, but hey, we'll do what we. Oh,
so,
boy.
2 guards run north, look down your direction. For a moment, you're afraid, and you realize, oh, they can't see me. I'm fucking invisible. You're creeping by, but like they're still like they're like, what goes on out here? And they've got their weapons out, so you can't really go west, right?
Yeah, that's fine. What is south of me? Is that another corridor?
There's appear to be little storage vestibules. The one to the south is fairly empty. The one to the north has a bit of stuff. More importantly, the Hound of Heaven barks and points, and the Inquisitor says, "What do your golden eyes see that mine don't?" He starts to look in your direction, Red. And
not much of an option
and the
yet.
Inquisitor says, "Guns out!" And both of the guards flatteners have their pistols in hand. And yep.
Oh, sorry. Red's gone back up into the other storage room, the one north of him with the stuff, and not the best situation to be in, but we all knew what we were signing up for. So if things go wrong,
you hear someone's fiddling with the doors. He says, "Not like that, you idiot!" And they manage to get the door open. The dog runs into the median and snaps its head to the north, and then at just that moment, thwack. You and Sly are waiting. Orly and Malthus make their way in. Malthus says, "Orly, You check the far side of the room, and I'll check the near side of the room. And Orly says, why don't we split it north to south? That way we'll both do the same amount of walking. And Malthus says, have you been learning about division in your maths class? Fine. I'll take the north and you'll take the south. I would note, there are less crates in the north. Well, that's not how division works. It's 50%. Oh, get to it, Orly. And Orly, heads to the southern crates, and Malthus wanders to the north. He seems to very disheartedly poke at this barrel right next to yours, Thwack. But unless you do a good job hiding in your barrel, he might discover you.
Right. So, as I see him come up to this barrel next to mine, I noticed that a little bit of dust wafts up from the barrel that he is messing with, and it gives me an idea that perhaps some of this dust had some necrotic properties to it, and I cast blindness on Malthus.
Okay, so you are waiting. You're waiting for the perfect moment to make him think it's the dust, right?
Yeah.
Give me performance, because in my opinion, this is a matter of comedic timing.
And that is diabolically genius. Oh no.
Let's see here.
All right,
Oh,
this is
wow.
going to go over just the time. He's like, what in the... And you're trying to blind him?
Yeah, blind him.
And he says, I can't see. Blasted dust. Orly, give me a hand. And Orly says, well, I'm coming over, Malthus. What's wrong? The dust. God, blast this place. Cursed dust. He says, we should get you out towards the cistern then. Maybe give you a wash. Orly, you're finally talking sense. Clearly the world is turned upside down. Sod this whole room. It's just full of random shite that no one wants to work anymore because the fucking lift is offline and has been for years. Sod it. We looked. I agree, Malthus. We have had a look. Not the east side yet. We don't need to mention that. Fair enough. And Orly offers a shoulder and guides Malthus to the south.
That was genius.
Meanwhile, the guards are coming in, and there's like a bit of a cough, and they whirl around to the west. Who's there? And Malthus, it's me. Fucking dust blinded me. And the Inquisitor says, what do you mean, blinded by dust? A dust devil? No, your good Inquisitorship. I just mean an accumulation of deadened skin and the like. And the Inquisitor comes close, and he says, are you sure you haven't been led into sin? Perhaps a different kind of dust clogging your nose. No, your good Inquisitorship. The Hound of Heaven wants to go to the north where Red, I presume you're like hiding behind his barrels, right?
Yes. I do have a plan if they open. Is there a door?
There's no door. It's
there's
like
no door.
Think like you're in like a wine cellar and there's like these like looming stone arches all around you, and you're like down around behind some barrels. You're crouched there. The Hound of Heaven is about to bait and like come at you when the Inquisitor yanks his collar and says, "No, sniff this one next." And Malthus says, "Of course, I'm happy to submit myself to a sniffspection. Your good Inquisitor."
Dogs doing that thing like.
The guards awkwardly fan out, and you hear, and the Hound begins to bark and says, "Well then, guard, tell me, been practicing cantrips in your spare time? Well, what you mean? Remind me, where do you have what's your class? You're a bard, right?"
Yep.
I'm going to say, well, it's not quite arcane, but there appears to be some spell casting about you, according to my companion here. Care to account for that? Haven't been hitting the magic pixie dust, have you? Haven't been casting any spells at any late-night rituals with the ladies? And Malthus says, I assure you, sir, I am an upstanding man of the Captain Palatinus, and my captain can vouch for me. We served together on the crossing of the Ostwald 5 years ago. I am a stalwart man and soldier. But stalwart men and soldiers of olden times sometimes lose their way when it comes to relying on arcane trickery. And the Inquisitor says, I think that you and I should have a conversation with the Grail Bearer. And Malthus swallows and says, well, whatever you say, I'm sure this will all get sorted out. And Orley says, oh, trust me, Malthus wouldn't know a spell if it hit him. And the Inquisitor steps forward and says, that's precisely what I'm worried about. And Reg, you hear all of that happen and some barking as the Inquisitor says, you two, guard this intersection. I think there could be a spellcaster on the loose. And they're like, right, sir. And their guard companions say, what about, and say, one of you with me, the other double back, guard the arcane lockup right away. And this guard member looks around, peers even where Red is, and says, I wonder who closed that door, though. Then after a moment shrugs and says, must have been the wind, and walks back inside the arcane lockup.
All of the wind. Because it's all problems. Okay.
Yeah, so that having passed, I'm going to say, Thwack, you overheard that from the south because much of the conversation happened at the intersection. And Reg, you heard that because, yeah, you were right outside. So you're both aware. You're not with each other right now, but you're both aware that's happened. And you've burned through a good, 5 or 7 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. If Red peeks out, where are the guards? I'll just move my thing.
So you invisibly
I'm
check. So to the west, 2 guards guarding the intersection as ordered. To the east, one dude milling about very absent-mindedly, looking around, sort of poking with the butt of his bill. Stuff that's on all of these shelves. And the shelves are just overwhelmed with all these magical items.
And just for a kind of scale, if I try and go past the guard that's at the exit, I'm going to brush past him, aren't I? Because it looks like he takes up a lot of the...
You have no path that won't take you within 5 feet, but you don't have to move through their space. It'll be really tight, though.
Yeah. And it means if I make any noise...
Yeah, they're going to be on top of you.
Yeah. Be a really good stealth check. And they'll be aware. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a terrible idea.
Hit me with it.
Okay, so I'm going to drop the invisibility, but while still being behind the corner. Did I hear either of those guards speak, the 2 that are there, would you say? Because I would have known,
Yeah, one of them said something along the lines of, right, sir.
What I want to do is cast minor illusion, kind of just point out, and I want to say, what would be really annoying to hear a coworker say? It has to be something short, I'm trying to think. I guess he's just I'm trying to make a couple words or something so the other guy gets distracted. Let's say, you hear that. So I want the guy that I heard speak to say that in his voice, just in the direction of the pair of them. All
right,
still kind of behind the wall.
So you hear the left guy.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
You're gonna in his voice. You're gonna throw further to the left, right?
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So in his voice, you hear, "Looks like I clawed the latrine again." Huh. And the other one turns around and says, "You fucking what? What do you? That wasn't me. Oh, I'm sure it wasn't you last time either. Sod this. I think I'll stand a little more to the south side of the intersection." He said, "Oh, come off it. It wasn't. That's suspicious. It wasn't me, really. Honestly, I just heard a voice and it was mine, but I didn't. We should inform the Inquisitor." "Oh, inform the Inquisitor. Perhaps they'll use prestidigitation to clear out the shite." And this guy's huffs and goes to the south. So you've cleared that intersection largely.
Okay. Oh my god, chance with the stealth. What's Thwack doing? And then I'll
Thwack, you've heard all of that, including the voice stuff, which does sound suspicious to you because it definitely doesn't it sounds just far enough away in echo ear that you're pretty sure it wasn't the dude actually. So you might put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah. So Thwack looks over to Sly and says, like,
Hold on, I thought I heard something. Cover me.
All right.
and
Yeah, Sly.
he would run down
Sly sneaks.
towards
Mhm.
the intersection to
Mhm.
see what he can see.
All right, so you managed to peek out, and you see there's one guard Palatinus at the entrance to the flammable rooms, the flammable goods store. You don't see Red, obviously, but it looks like otherwise the intersection is clear of guards. I mean, whatever kerfuffle has happened here, people have left. And you don't hear as much motion or milling about, so you feel like there's less people here than there was recently.
Okay, let me see here. Huh. Okay. So, I'm gonna turn back to Sly.
Yep. He leans in.
It seems as though whoever was down in that intersection to the south is gone. Those two buffoons and the dog but it's really quiet. They've got a few guards down there now, and I don't see or hear any sign of Red.
He flips open his watch and he says, "We don't have much time. I try to withdraw. We should have faith that Red will join us. For the moment, look to our escape. I'll make sure the powder is good to go." And yeah, Red, by the way, do you take this opening to try and like slide in?
Yeah, that was the plan.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like the guy doesn't see you; he's too far away to get bumped. You make it, and you arrive as they're talking about. We must trust that Red will make his way back to us.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, guys.
Okay. Excellent. All right, I'm going to position myself near the fuse, and light it in only a few more moments, and then we'll need to make our way out of here. So, what's the plan? Which means of egress should we put our lot in?
We can make much more ground on the water, but that's the way that we came in. I'm not exactly sure if that's the best course of action.
Do you think we'll make the run? It's over 200 feet all told from the entrance to the cistern to the exit. The tunnels are liable to collapse shortly after the bomb goes off.
Just trying to think what we can do. So there were 3 ways out. Up in Parliament, not.
Well, there's 4 ways, counting the well enough to Parliament that isn't really like,
Yeah.
But basically, it's the way you could have come here in reverse. To the southwest, there is a way up onto like the street area around Parliament and the little walled-off Parliament Hill area, right? But you were literally right outside Parliament, like shit is exploding and falling on you. So you have to run out there and book it, and there's people and guards all over.
Exactly. Yeah.
Back through the catacombs. No one can see you. It's slow going. It's already not the world's most stable or safe. It's far southern exit. East, it's a long run, but you're out. There's a wooded hillside. There's the river. Yes, people will see you, but you got a boat and you can hop in the water, and you've got only like 3 guards out there left to stop you, assuming they don't get reinforced. But
where does the cistern go? Do we know that from the planning, or would we not?
The cistern. So the cistern has an exit that goes to its sluice control, but the cistern is used to feed like the water of the Parliament. And unless you have a way to become very small, you do not have a way to travel along most of its channels because it collects from rainwater. But you do know that there is. You can jump in the cistern, swim down there, and bust through into the sluice controls if you could get past the grate.
Do we have a means of getting past the grate?
If you had thieves' tools or something that could overtake the grate, such as great force or acid, a spell of some kind to heat metal.
Oh, I don't really have anything in that regard. Okay, well, going Parliament South, that's one. South is going the way we came is a bit tricky, but I guess it's still on the table. And then there's east, and then there's onto the street. What are you thinking, Swack? What are you thinking? I'm out of stealthy spells, so there's not much I can do to get us out quietly.
Yeah, this will rely on our speed, not our stealth. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to get out of here without a couple eyes on us. So I suppose we'll take the fastest means of action if you trust my sailing capabilities.
Okay. Yeah. No, I trust you in my life. Okay.
And around this time, you hear a bit of a commotion as a voice announces, "There has been such disturbance to the north. My good guards, do delay here a time." And you hear another voice say, "Nonsense, I am the captain. I order you, begin fanning out and searching to the north." Scarlet Graves hisses and she says, "I am not sure that's necessary. We're the ones who investigate all magical disturbances, like the blinding of this soldier." And Malthus says, "It was really just the dust, I'm certain." And they say, "A likely story. Tell me, have you perhaps taken some magical items from the storage? Our Inquisitor reports that they're lacking." And Swinsfor Esselwex, Captain Palatinus, is outraged and says, "You would accuse me here. I'll have you know I have my blade to hand and good sense to defend my honor." And there's a lot of shit coming from the south, and all of it is coming from the room you have to leave through.
Shit. Oh, that's not good.
And Sly looks at his watch and he says, They're about to start. And in fact, oh no, it's starting in about a 10-minute break." So here we leave our heroes at a moment of great peril as all of the forces arrayed against them have arisen. And it is, I wrote a 100-minute break. It's a 10-minute break time. Thank you all for coming out, Dreamers. And please stay tuned because our adventures continue after the break.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Ruh-roh.
We might not be able to go south.
Yeah, that might be a problem.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I guess we could go east. But we've got no idea what's over there.
Yeah, not a clue.
Yeah, and I
Or
got
to the
nothing.
west. We haven't gone to the west yet either.
Yeah.
Like up
Well,
here.
I mean, I've got magic missile. That's about it. Most of my other spells are not going to be super useful. Maybe feather fall if we got to fall off something high, but I don't know it's going to happen.
I also have feather fall, so if we need to jump
Oh,
off
perfect!
something. Yeah.
Slow motion. Okay. Yeah.
I've got Thunder Wave and Shatter, so like I've got a couple spells that make like big boom booms.
Mm-hmm.
So that might help us out in terms of like luring the guards and the Inquisitors away.
Yeah, in the direction we need them to go.
But other than that, yeah, I don't know what the best course of action is from here.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I mean, we could try and make a break for it in the two directions we haven't considered, so east and west.
True.
That might have to be our viable option because I feel like if we distract them, they're gonna come north. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or they'll just huddle around there. Oh, yeah. All right, one moment. I gotta go do something, but I'll be back in like a minute. Okay, yeah, it's me back. Sorry about that.
No worries.
That's up the cat in. Okay, yeah, I think this is the plan that makes no sense. We go east because that'll take us out onto the wooded area, would be my thinking. Um, because I think trying to get out onto the street is just gonna be like
Yeah, there's gonna be too much commotion for sure.
yeah, too many people milling about. So we'll try and go for the east where it gets out into the wooded section. But that's probably gonna have to be like a proper slog. So what I'm thinking is if Thwack wants to take point, and if any guards get in our way, we just like thunder wave them out of the way. Um, I think that's the best we can do.
Yep, that works for me.
I was thinking of maybe summoning my familiar, and
Ooh.
then sending it down the south tunnel as a distraction. Because if they pick up on magical stuff, especially the Heavenly Hound, then that might work in our favor. But it takes an hour to cast, so I might ask Lee if I can have a mulligan and say that I summoned it beforehand. Um, like it'd just be like a crow or something.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, and I think I could have summoned it left outside and then had it come be a nuisance. Oh, it's 100 feet. Yeah, that's not going to work. Okay, I'll see if it works and say we just mulligan that. But um, yeah, that's all I got. Like a cat, maybe could be another one. Um, yeah, I think that's the best plan we got though. Head east and just hope we can get to that part.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Make it out before
Yeah.
too many
exactly.
of these guards culminate.
Yeah, yeah, and they're quite close as well, so there's not much we could do in terms of distraction because they'd probably not go far enough away to help us.
Yeah.
Well, this would be exciting because I guarantee the few it's just the whole place blowing up all around, just like oh.
This sly guy better be good at something.
Yeah, I'm hoping so too because I don't want to be. I don't want to be the one that has to stay behind and make sure the fuse gets lit. That's Sly's job.
Uh-huh.
We've just caused chaos. That's that. We've done what we need to do. Sly's just like I'm more of the ideas, man.
Yeah, while hiding in a barrel the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I think that's the plan we'll have to go for because I got nothing else. The familiar would really only be like the cherry on top, I think. Uh, yeah. What
I
kind of
think
spells do
so.
you have? I'm curious. Just
What
in
other
general.
spells?
Wait, yeah. I think I can I see what?
Yeah, you can look.
Yeah.
But I
Okay.
only
yeah,
have a
yeah.
few. I have Mending,
Okay.
Vicious Mockery are my cantrips, and then I've got Thunder Wave, Healing Word, Featherfall, Disguise Self,
Okay. Yeah, they're pretty good.
Shatter, and that Blindness / Deafness.
I'm just reminding myself how Shatter works. Ooh, yeah, Shatter could be really good actually, as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. That also could be an option we could take. I think that's the best way. Like you run up the front as like our battering ram and just anything that gets in your way, boof, and we'll go from there. And if like they're still standing after either a shatter or a thunder wave, I'll finish them off with some magic missiles, which should be strong enough to do the job, and then we'll be good to go. Unless, of course, more of them show up, and then we might be in trouble.
Yeah.
But we just got to roll with that.
Yep.
Sly
I
maybe
mean,
is like a level 9 wizard or something. That'd be great.
as long as we keep moving, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah,
If we get
yeah,
caught up, that's where we're gonna have issues.
yeah. That's gonna be less than ideal. Listen, you fool! This whole place is gonna blow up. Fuck the king or stopping us. Just get the fuck out of here, man. Oh, oh boy. Well, this is fun. I get to blow up a
Yeah.
king. Yeah. Do. And it's the first time I've been on Diesel Shot, so I'm excited.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, because I'm in the UK, so we don't.
Yeah.
The times just never work out. But yeah, it's fun.
I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, it's always a good time
Yeah.
over here on Diesel Shot.
Yeah, I like being on the Discord. It's good fun. So yeah, it's good to be on the game as well.
Yeah.
Oh, one moment, someone's giving me a shout. Back. But yeah, this is the first time. Hopefully there'll be more UK time ones, but I don't know.
Should
It's
be.
fun.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not a bad time for us. I mean, 3:30 in the afternoon, that's
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, what's this? My phone keeps buzzing, but it's just with nonsense. So. Just throw it in the corner of shame. Away with you, phone.
Oh. So, we return. How's it going?
Yes. Yeah,
Wonderful.
it's all right.
All right. Well, we have an hour and change to wrap it up because we only get 6:30. So strange, isn't it, now to be playing with North Americans at a civilized time?
No, I do so for a $2 creature feature. We made that arrangement. So we start at 8 o'clock my time. So that's like what for Central Standard Time that would be like 2 in the afternoon, and then we finish usually about 10 or 11. So about 8 or no,
Nice.
not 8 or 9.
Remind me what channel that's on?
4. What channel? It's you can find it on any of them. $2 is I think we're on Spotify. I think is the main one, but I think most podcast sites have us.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And Turg, are you in anything at the moment on TTA or anywhere else?
Yeah, we're about to play some Curse of Strahd tonight, actually.
Ooh.
Yeah, very nice.
Should be fun.
Check them out over there, Tabletop Anthologies.
Yeah. There's also Garblag, but you.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Garblag,
you probably know Garblog, but Naya over there a lot. Garblog Games, most of the UK, but they do have some North Americans like us, the Yankee contingent. They're very cool. They also play games a bit earlier, so check them all out. And I think, are you in a game on Fridays, Naya?
Not at the moment. No. No. Yeah, we are in a game on Fridays. It wasn't this week though, because the GM wasn't available. But yeah, it's a D&D game. Just a super chill, relaxed thing on Garblag.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I think that's the. Yeah, that would be it. Yeah, they do
So-
the two things they do: it's $2 and Garblag.
Yeah. And as this very pleasant conversation comes to a close, a much more tense one erupts as, to the south, you hear the guard Palatinus, Swinsfor Esselfix himself, arguing with Celine Rambrau and Scarlet Graves of the Inquisition over who's going to come north to investigate. So it's not a question of if someone's coming, it's, it's like two shopping carts, and neither side is backing down. Which is good for you because it's delaying it. But as Sly goes to set the charge, he says, "We'll have to think of something clever and quick to make a run for the water. I'll be ready to set the charge at a moment's notice as soon as it's good to go." And he comes over here to the tip.
Okay. I'll leave up to you, Thwack. I will support whichever decision you make. Do we want to try making the break for the east, or do we want to just battle through these guys using the shatter, thunder wave, whatever one you go for, and I hit him with some magic missiles on the way out?
I would remind
Or
you
do we
that
want to run east?
minus the two guards, the arcane lockup is almost open for the picking. You do think that there might be items that could help you there, but
Oh, really?
getting there could have risk. But also, yeah, like that double gate, that's the one way in and out of the thing. So if you come here and go east, that's not going to get you out.
Yeah. I don't know what Thwack's for them, but I'm feeling cutting our losses because we're trying to blow up the king, so we're not. Let's not get greedy. But if you're wanting to do that, Thwack, that's okay with me.
No, Thwack would have no reason to want, other than, helping us get out of here potentially. He would have no reason to want any of the magical items inside of the archive. So, yeah, he's just trying to get this thing lit and get out of here as quickly as possible.
All right.
So yeah, do you want to go through the way they're coming, or do we want to make our escape out the other way? Because remember, I think it takes 2 minutes, doesn't it, for the fuse to fully light?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So from the moment Sly Fox lights, you have 2 minutes.
Can they stop the fuse? Like, could they put it out if they came in the room?
They could, if they knew where it was, and by the time it's going, shh, it's going to be a lot easier to find. That being said, if they are either dead or in a gunfight, they might be a lot less able to stop it.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that.
So you ripped off your guard gear, right?
It's still on. It's damaged, but it's still on. Yeah.
Okay. And as far as they know, you didn't expose yourself as that guard entity, did you?
No. They're the two in the previous room around when I'm here, but no one else would. I don't think they saw my face much. So.
Right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to cast Disguise Self. And I am also going to make myself look like a member of the guard.
Oh yes. Okay, that's genius.
And yeah, we're going to head to the south and run as if we were told that there's something going on and that we need to make our way south post haste.
If we've got time, what if we imply that the Inquisitors, there was an Inquisitor up there that roughed us up, and then so a bit of Yeah. So then they think that like, oh, do you think that'll work?
Yeah, I think
I like
that's
the
a good
idea
idea.
that Fox is like with the lighter in hand, like
Yeah,
guys,
he's
you
ready
need to go.
So you two are disguised up. He's got the fuse, and the door to your south is prepared. You have a few more moments, and you hear the conversation tightening. And Swinsford says, "Fine, fine. We are all agents of the king here. No need to waggle our sabers. Let the Inquisitors have the run." And they say, "Fine, we'll leave this Inquisitor on hand with you while we investigate." No objections here. And you start to hear shuffling and ruffling as a squadron forms up as if though to head in your direction. Do you guys still want to be here?
Are we gonna go past them?
Yeah, I think we're running right past them.
All right.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I was gonna say we could go past them and then like when we get past them, but they might talk to us. So yeah, let's run. Let's run.
Okay. You guys want to come right down this southern thing, or you want to come around from the side?
Oh, the sides could be a better option. It's a bit longer, but we could potentially miss the Inquisitors and then say to the guards that the Inquisitors roughed us up while we were doing investigation. Think that would work?
At your discretion, I mean, you hear the click-clack of their heels right now, so in that moment, what are you guys doing? And have you dropped invisibility?
Oh yeah, invisibility's gone a while ago. It's gone since I did the minor illusion, because I can't cast spells at the same time. Yeah, so yeah. I think, right. Okay,
let's head around the long way.
Yeah, run the long way.
You sprint around the long way. You're running past all these musty barrels. You hear these footsteps, and you see at this intersection a divine-looking figure. Celine Rambrau is an ASMR. She has golden glowing eyes and silvery skin. She holds the glow of the Grail, and mist pours out along the ground all over it, and light, holy angelic light, flits around in a aura out from it. You guys are just sprinting in this direction, and there's some motion to stop, and Celine says, "Wait, what's this?" As you guys are running right towards her. I'm assuming the plan is don't stop, don't talk, sprint, right?
Yes, but I think Will say something along the lines of danger. There's danger in the room we just came from. We're gonna get more reinforcements, and then run by. But like that's what we're trying to do, is that kind of like fast talk, you know, when someone's run by, like blah, 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 and then go.
All right. As you in the distance, as you guys say that, you hear that, tsh, and you're sure Sly has just lit the fuse.
That's fine. They'll take too long to get there, and hopefully they'll pick a fight with somebody. So yeah, we're just trying to.
All right.
Danger, Will Robinson.
So you are sprinting. Give me an athletics, and then whoever's going to say the shit, give me your choice of deception or performance.
I will let actually Thwack do the talking, because I bet you've got better persuasion / deception than I do. So
yeah,
you can write a better lie than me. I'll just focus on not letting my little wizard body expire.
Let's see here. First athletics. And then...
Oh wow, we're in pretty good shape for a bard and a wizard.
Yeah.
You begin the evening's dance. As this happens, you feel as if though the moment you enter into the Grail's aura, you start doing worse at everything you were doing. And the Grail sort of sparks, and Celine looks at you curiously, almost as if though a baleful bane upon you. And she's unconvinced by your cries. The Hound of Heaven barks at you. The Inquisitor whips out their whip. She holds up a hand and she says, "Halt, and be safe in the Grail's light." And you hear a and a shifting of armor as Scarlet Grave says, "Who goes?" And then to the north, Sly Fox shouts, "Death to the tyrant king!" And popping around a corner, a gun cocked, scores a crit because that is with the advantage. To absolutely, my god, hold on. Did he just almost one-shot the fucking head of the Inquisition?
Oh shit!
Shit's real now, boys. Shit's fucking real. I will let you choose if you would like to get about a movement before combat begins, where you just like try and shoulder check your way past and through these fuckers. I will give Thwack advantage due to his halfling trait of scurrying between people's legs.
I was just gonna say, does Thwack gonna do the thing now? Because this is kind of perfect. Like hell, like Red'll hold back if you want to do it. Just
the big boom.
yeah, the big boom. Like actually, Red will stop for a moment to let Thwack just get in the middle and go. Kaboom.
Oh yeah, I know you wanna fucking bounce him.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'll give you a surprise round on that because Saline didn't expect someone to get shot.
That's like a proper like thwunk, almost a headshot. Jesus.
All right, so Thwack's gonna yell, "Sly, cover your ears!" And
all right. A thunderous wave presumably emits.
Is it fun? Oh shit!
right.
It's shatter.
Oh
no!
Shit. So, very nice. I'm assuming that you're placing it. It's a dot and it's like 5 feet around, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you're hitting all three people at this intersection.
Yep.
And is it halved on save?
Yep.
Okay, well, I can tell you some fun facts right now. Fun fact number 1, I'm only rolling 1 save because the dog and the Inquisitor are fucking dead. Pasted against the wall with a sudden pop of the wind and smacking of their spine. 18 is precisely Saline's HP, so if she doesn't make the save, her ass is grass. However, she does have one trick up her sleeve she will deploy. Actually, I think she has to deploy it now. She uses Getteth Fucked. And she...
What?
Wait a minute, that's not going to help her because it's her save. Yeah, she's not reducing your number with that. Okay, so she has to make a con save. She doesn't make the con save. She is blessed. She is blessed, but you know that. Oh my God! Wait, yeah, no, that was even odds whether or not she hit your DC or not. Even with the blessings of the Grail, Saline is shot to the ground. The Holy Grail of the realm sort of like begins to pour a strange silver light as she gasps and falls, bleeding, and rubble begins to fall from this intersection, you having perilously damaged the catacombs with the first of several explosions. At this juncture, it is now it is initiative time. My good God, lads! What a show! What a
Don't
fucking
fuck
show!
with Thwack. That's why they call him Thwack.
Oh my God!
You get whacked. I rolled initiative. Oh, that was amazing. And the fucking shot as well. Jesus. Where's the initiative?
I'm looking for it too, actually.
It's like top right, I think, on your sheet.
Top right. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Oh my God! Speed's demon.
Oh, I didn't select my token, so my 22 isn't
I'll pop you
there.
on. I'll pop you on.
Oh, okay, thank you.
And then
I'm looking.
It's in between speed and armor class.
yeah, it looks like it's just like listing something, but you have to mouse. Yeah, it's deceptive. It looks like a label.
Gotcha.
Ooh, you got the drop, but then your initiative dropped. Thankfully, you probably have better dex than the Guard Palatinus, so I'll put you at a point 2. And that's everyone but the Hounds. Got every single enemy in this encounter. I thought there was like multiple small encounters. No. Welcome to the encounter of the adventure. Boy, howdy, did you start on the right fucking foot.
Yeah.
Because you just took out a pretty significant source of danger. And Sly, almost just totally cleaned out one of them. It is Red's turn. Red. Who knows what the who knows what the Grail's doing? There's debris and downed people ahead of you, and the fuse is lit. You have 2 minutes from this point on to make it out alive.
All right. I'm gonna try and move as fast as I can. There isn't any enemies in front of us, is there? I can see the guy in the.
The intersection is fucked up. It's difficult terrain in there, but there's no one. There's nobody who's up here. Celine and them are like, oh, rockets them. Like
Red's just gonna dash, so he's gonna use his full 60 feet.
All right,
the whole turn just to try and get as far as he can.
You is 20 feet to get through here is what's gonna tax you. So you're gonna move yours like 50 feet basically. We'll just know that you spent
that's
double
fine.
there. And move however you would like to at this juncture.
Okay.
Red.
Which way's the quickest exit? Because I'm
all of the exits are south. All of the exits have to go through the flammable storage room, which is the room you came through.
Okay. How do I do the arrow to track how far I'm going, just so I don't go too
At the top left, there's like a ruler, and then when you tap right, you can put junctures. Or I can also do it for you if you'd like.
If that's okay, yeah. Just so that's 30 feet.
You spent 40 feet to get here.
Oh, 4 feet. Sorry. Yeah.
Because there's a guard here.
Oh, there's a dude here.
And then there's you see a suggestion of dude here. So you got 10 more feet at this juncture. What do you want to do? Or no, excuse me, 40 feet. You have 20. You have 20 more feet. What do you want to do?
20 more feet. Probably gonna try and get out of the small room with the guards, if that's possible. So I'm just gonna keep moving ahead.
Yeah. So you run to the end of the hallway and you look at this room, and Red.
Oh!
You realize this is where everybody who didn't come north is, and they look at you. You look at them, and what words come out of Red's mouth?
Shit!
That give me a deception with advantage. That was a convincing performance.
If you can say more words after the deceptive performance, that would be great.
I regret to
come
inform
on,
you that
game.
Whatever words you say, you see that they do not see you as a comrade. Hound of... Oh god, the Hound of Heaven doesn't even fucking wait. The Hound of Heaven. Oh god, I'm about to fuck you guys that hard. I'm sorry. A terrible howl reverberates. Thwack and Red make wisdom saves as the voice of the Hound of Heaven rips through the air.
Oh, fuck 11. That's not good.
Uh-huh.
Oh no, Thwack!
Both of you take 4 psychic damage, and you cannot cast an arcane spell until the end of your next turn. But bardic spells, I don't think I'm not going to rule them as arcane. So Thwack, you have that.
Yeah. It's a good thing I'm not a wizard.
You will take the damage, but you won't get the no cast. This will be my compromise for Thwack. Okay.
Did you have another weapon? I have a dagger.
So that's the Hound of Heaven's howl, and then it kind of like rounds the pallets and growls at you. The Hound of Heaven to the north leaps for Sly Fox's fucking throat. As Divine Maw comes down to chomp upon him and just headbutts into the wall. Sly Fox slyly dashes by, rapier in hand, and says, "Have at you!" Inquisitor says, "Foul heretic," and says, "No, I'm a patriot." And then he dances forward, rapier in hand, and unfortunately doesn't have advantage on this attack. Because, man, that would have been pretty cool, huh?
It would have been cool.
He makes a follow-up rapier attack, and he's ha ha ha, stabbing all around the guy. Well,
he forgot we have a fucking 2-minute time limit, dude.
Scarlet Graves moves past his ally, and actually, you know what? Scarlet Graves is not really a friendly sort. She steps back, right? You see her backed up towards the intersection, Thwack, and you see her lower her face, and Inferno pours out as she breathes pure fire. And Sly Fox attempts to dance out of the way. Successfully, having it. His coat gets singed, but the Inquisitor, who could not get out of the way in time, almost fucking dead.
Jesus.
Yeah. So the fight is heating up, so to speak. Thwack, it is your turn, buddy.
Yeah. So Thwack is just going to simply use his dash action and follow Red.
All right, and you're gonna stay behind Red, pointedly behind Red in this instance, yes?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, that's your turn.
I'll be your shield.
This guard Platinus has no idea what the fuck is going on, but he knows there's fighting to the south. Comes over, sees a dude not wearing his uniform, and whips out and says "traitor" and shoots his pistol. Black powder fills the air accurately, missing terribly. All these boys in this circle, they go guns out. Malthus is blinded and running. Orally whips out his pistol and says, well, he's on our side. And the guards with Swinsfor are not that dumb. They form up into like line battle position here.
Oh fuck! I'm about to get firing squadded.
And 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's on that corner. 5, 10, 25, 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. Luckily for you, all of them are at disadvantage range for their pistols. Unluckily for you, 4 of them have a clean shot on Red.
That's fine.
One of
the
the
shield.
one
Shield Thwack.
okay. One of them I'm going to give you cover against, but it is just it's black powder gun time. First shot, second shot, third. Good thing that's his advantage. Third shot.
Yep, very good.
And fourth shot.
Thank God. Okay, only one's gone through. Okay, 2 got through. Shit.
All
okay.
right. So the 13 and the 15.
Yeah, 13 and the 15. Yeah, we.
All right. So that is 12 piercing, followed by 14
Oh
piercing.
wait, they have disadvantage, right?
They do.
Only one then would have got through
yeah,
because my
okay.
AC is 13. So yeah, it's only one.
All right. You suffered the 14 damage because that was the second one I rolled, and that's the second hit. So Yep.
Okay, yeah, it's no bother.
So
That's still a lot for
bullet
Red.
takes you in the shoulder, and there's blood spattered over Thwack. You taste the iron of your compatriot's sides. This guard Palatinus lowers his bill. It sweeps out over top of the hound. Reminder, bills are reach weapons. So this guard Palatinus is presently threatening, like, the whole eastern alley. And remember, you guys need to...
Gotta get out.
You guys need to get up one story to reach the water exit. That's all the guard Palatinus who are going to matter at this juncture. A dude way down the hallway is running like, what's happening? Swins for Esselfwix. Sees this, steps up to here, and cocks his pistol. Aims it at Red. But you note something, Red. He sways a little. He sways just a little. As he sees what's happening in the corridor behind. Oh, fuck. Wait. He like lunges into like a forward pose. As if though to like, action stance. He shoots right past you at disadvantage. Barely missing Scarlet Graves instead.
Shit!
Yeah. He then drops his gun and starts to go for a saber. The Inquisitors see all of this going down. They're whipping at Guy Fawkes. Guy Fawkes is whipping them. The only cogent one is this Inquisitor sees 2 people coming out, and the shooting is started. And the first thing he does is Shield of Faith himself to +2 his AC. And the next thing he does is ready an attack with his whip. For anybody who would charge towards him. Which, just to give you a sense of that threat, is there.
Oh shit, okay.
So, Red, it is your turn.
Got either an attack or a dash I got to do. And as you said, we need to get up there, don't we?
So there's the ladder here, right? If you don't want to do that, you could maybe try and jump onto the pallets or something and make a jump for it, or you have to go down here and then fucking around to the stairs up, which is a lot of extra time you probably don't have.
Okay, yeah, I know what he's gonna do. So, okay, yeah, Thwack, he's gonna say to you, it's been good serving with you. Now you get yourself out of here, and he's gonna charge at, actually, no, he's gonna throw his dagger at the Heavenly Hound.
All right, yeah. So you give a dagger throw for the hound.
Yep, I'll throw the dagger.
It sinks directly between the beast's eyes, goring its holy brain as a silvery light flicks out.
Holy shit, okay. I might have a dagger though. Yeah, and then he's gonna move in such a way as to draw more attention to himself, which I'm trying to think where the best place would that be.
I would know these pallets grant cover from people trying to shoot you from the south, if you want that.
Yeah, I think.
But you will,
Yeah,
if you go in this square, you're proccing the readied bill.
But once that's done, would
they only get
Thwack
one of them?
be
They
able
only
to
get one of them,
past?
so Thwack would be able to run past. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Red's gonna do. He's gonna charge towards them. Like I imagine for the narrative, he threw the dagger at the hound, and then he's gonna move into this space.
Yeah, and you rush forward. The bill swings out at you from a readied hand and
Oh yeah, that hits.
striking you for 6 slashing. You are
I'm down. Down.
Your first death save here is a success. But it's the Hounds of Heaven's turns. Sly is getting shooed at. Sly is attempting to stab his way through as the various foes act upon him. He gets one stab with the rapier. He misses. He stabs again. Oh, yeah, okay, he hits. He rams the blade through the chest of the Inquisitor, schleefs him off, and runs up. He has no choice but to go through Scarlet. It's Scarlet Graves' turn. Scarlet, she snarls, and she says, "Thus always to traitors." And she brings down the grand blade of the Inquisition. Missing. And recharges her breath attack. Thwack. Your buddy has just gone out there and gotten gored by the bill of the foe. Not to be mistaken with Will of the Foe. Or Willem Dafoe. What do you want to do?
All right. So, first of all, Thwack would reach out, "Red, no!" and see what happens. And he's going to use a healing word on Mr.
Oh shit!
Whoa! Yeah, your bardic healing flushes through his veins. He's up at 5 gaming. He's
Yes!
fallen over, but he's living.
Okay. Secondarily, with Thwack's previous position up until the year prior of, the military and the battalions that would serve the castle, would there be any slogans or inside knowledge that Thwack may be able to blurt out in a means of like, "Hey, I'm a brother," and if so, Thwack would say something along the lines of, "Your lives have been wasted, and you've all been manipulated into living a life that they could take away in an instant. I'm telling you right now, you have a minute to evacuate from this castle, or you're all gonna blow up.
All right, give me So yeah, you do know that you like recite a slogan about like the company's finest, and they're shocked to see someone with this knowledge, and then you say that, and they're legitimately stunned. Give me persuasion with advantage. And has the blindness ended on Malthus by now?
I believe that's
Costs a
10.
minute.
Yeah. So I would think so.
Okay, so Malthus says, "I'm not dying for those wretched inquisitors. Let's listen to the lad. Fuck off." And Orly says, "Sounds right to me. I'm all about being the best I can be, not blown to bits." And Swins for himself says, "Men, you can't abandon the cause." And well, it's looking like maybe some of the men are abandoning the cause. In fact, doing that well, you don't think that any of the guards are going to attack you guys anymore. At the moment, things could change. But Swinsfor is not that easily swayed. And the Inquisitor remains with whip up, saying, "We need to fight. These are clearly traitors." Thwack, would you like to move it on your turn? You mute.
You're muted. You muted, start.
Thank you.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'll move my standard 25 feet towards the ladder as quickly as possible, running to show like I'm not fucking kidding. There's a bomb in here.
Yeah.
I also like the image of like Red going out in a blaze of glory and then immediately like getting back up like, oh okay, I'm still going.
All right,
Thanks, buddy.
So this juncture, the guard Palatinus, they begin to get on the ladder and also fuck off. And some of them just run to the south, screaming, "Run, it's gonna explode!" Malthus and Orly find their way out. There's some more fighting, swishing of blades. None of the guards are standing against you anymore, but Swins for Esselwix says, "I won't abide this." Comes up behind you and says, "A traitor in our midst. I should have known." And he raises his saber and says, "For king and country, you cuntish cur," and swings the royal saber at you. I believe a 22 will be hitting. He rakes you for 9 slashing damage, blood slaking down your back. Does your illusion get broken by that?
My illusion.
Your disguised self.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my disguised self would have already been dissipated by now after my first attack, I believe.
Okay, so he's hacks into your back for 9 damage. That's his turn. It is the Inquisitor's turn. The Inquisitor rounds this corner and doesn't really want to get close, but stays in this area, looks at you, twists their hand, and thwack. Roll me a quick dex save, as you see a flash of light that is your only indication that a beam is about to fucking descend upon you, as he casts Sacred Flame at you. You manage to roll out of the way competently, and are not struck by the foe's assault. Red, it's your turn. You're up, my friend. You're prone,
and I can use
actually.
arcane stuff
Yeah,
now,
yeah,
can
yeah,
I?
yeah.
'Cause it's my next
Correct,
turn.
correct.
All right, yeah, he's gonna point the telekinetic wand at Swinesford or wherever the fuck this
Swins
twat's
for
name is.
Esselwix, yes.
Yes, Esselus, and he's just gonna say, "Don't you hurt my comrade," and he's gonna remind me again. The telekinetic wand has like a crush.
Yes,
feature,
you
doesn't
can
it?
break the wand, and you can unleash all full telekinetic force upon your target.
Yeah, all of that on this wad.
Yeah.
I don't know what to roll because I don't
allow me
think I
to.
have
I will briefly here have that information. How do you want to suppose?
no problem.
Yes, you will roll 46.
46.
You will
no
make a
problem.
strength save.
Okay. Here's the 4d6. I'm just gonna roll it.
Okay.
Oh,
He passes. He takes half damage. But you do see you like, crush his hand. That's like swinging the saber. It's like as you unleash full grip on the telekinetic wand to like grab at his wrist. He looks at you, eyes wild, and says, "You think to rob me of my men and station? No. This king shall reign 100 years." And he's like, kind of eluding himself. Red, you are on your back. I assume you want to spend half your movement to stand up.
Yep, have my movement stand up and then just try and keep racing ahead.
All right, and you're willing to risk an op from him to do so.
No, actually, that'd be bad because.
All right, so you.
But yeah,
You
I guess I'm gonna just kind of stand and. Yeah, I'm just have to stand. Yeah, I moving would be too dangerous.
All right, so the Hound of Heaven. There are no more relevant Hound of Heavens to your current scenario. Sly Fox. Sly Fox and Scarlet Graves make one final trade of blows as they rush at each other along this darkened hallway. The Grand Blade of the Inquisition swings high. Sly Fox goes down to a knee and stabs up from below. And gets one more shot because he's got multi-attack. The dice were about as kind as history. And you hear a cracking as Sly Fox cries out in pain. You suspect this has gone poorly for him. Thwack, it is your turn. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm heading towards that ladder. Getting out of here.
Will you take the disengage action, or will you just risk it?
I'll take the disengage action, yeah.
Okay. Then that gets you 5, 10. If I were to draw the most favorable line for you, I believe you will just get to the top of the ladder. And I will put a little wisp on you to remind myself that you are one floor up.
Works for me.
The guard pull out and say, "Saw this," and they continue to run. One of them comically leaps into the cistern with Splosh. And they, generally speaking, clear out. One of them in the hallway. Actually, he'd move up. He moves up and he tries to stab with his bill at Sly Fox. Who's to say what happens? You're not witnessing it. Swings for Esselfwix. Looks between Red and Thwack and not sure who he hates more, decides he'll go with the nearest enemy. He brings his royal saber and he hacks it at Red's body. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
As 5 slash... Oh, my God. So
Do
you have any mitigation?
I have nothing. No, I don't even have like a shield or anything. I'm just gonna...
Roll me a single d20.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's what the d20s are.
You collapse, not bleeding out, but definitely fucked if nothing happens to help you. The Inquisitor, seeing Thwack up here, says, "Get back here," steps up and whips his whip, not to hurt you, but to try and grab your ankle. It winds around your ankle, Thwack, as he gives a mighty tug. You can contest this with athletics or acrobatics, but he's trying to yoink you down. And you manage to, and the whip breaks off. He doesn't manage to pull you down. Red, roll me another d20.
No bother. That's 14 again.
You're on your way to stabilization, but, and shit, Swins 4 moves near the base of this stern. My bad. Sly Fox, Ooh. How about you? And you hear the sound of plate being punctured and scale rent, and a dude getting, flummoxed and pushed over as Sly emerges here, panting, coated in blood, wild-eyed. Scarlet Graves has left the building. Thwack, it's your turn.
Just go, man. Just go.
Yeah, I don't really have any other options. I say,
Okay.
for glory, brothers! And I'm just gonna dash.
All right,
The
so
fuck
you get
outta
50
here.
feet, and you manage to make it to the entrance with a minute and a half to go, so that's pretty good. The guard, Palatinus, they're all running, yada, yada, yada. I think the last things that will matter for the player here are Swinsfor Esselfwix. At this juncture, Swinsfor Esselfwix gets up on the ladder. Yeah, I think he's chasing Thwack because Thwack broke the morale of his men and he hates him for it. He gets right up behind you, and that's gonna be the chase. The Inquisitor also chases behind. Red, roll me one more d20.
Alrighty. Okay. Yeah.
So you're fully stabilized, but you don't get back up. But Sly Fox gets you and says, "One last push, Red." Roll me a con save, Red.
Oh boy, not my strong suit, but come on, dice, come on. Oh yes!
You managed to
Yes!
tread your feet just enough that you don't slow Sly by much. So here's what happens. Sly tries to take you out. There is like all sorts of shit ahead of you. You're pushing and rolling over crates. You're in a bad way. Give me an athletics at a disadvantage, Nye. Meanwhile, Thwack.
Okay.
You are running you're running around the cistern, right? And there's a madman with a fucking saber behind you trying to whack you the whole time. If you just disengage, you can keep out of his. Actually, you can't keep out of his range. His legs will get you, even with disengaging. So you have to risk the op, but then you're gonna have to risk the op constantly. What would Thwack do as he's running around this circle with the cistern, or as he's running down the 200-foot long hallway to gain a decisive advantage over the pursuer in this case and get the fuck out of here or hurt him in some way?
So, Thwack would, as he's running around the cistern, he would turn around, point his finger, and use his final spell slot for a Thunder Wave.
Oh shit. Okay, so he braces himself when the wave comes. And he does pretty good against it. But here's the thing. He is on a 5-foot ledge over a chasm of water. It cracks and Swinsfor claws at the stone as it rolls away. The rubble having been blown there. The hole ruptures the stability of the cistern that begins to flood to the west. And you see water splashing behind you. Red, as this whole place goes to pure chaos. And Thwack, all your bardic magic spent, all that's left to you, your little legs. Give me a fucking athletics. I'm so sorry, but this is your fate, my brother. And oh god, nah, you got a crit but a 3. Oh,
Yeah,
oh.
3. Yeah. 16's pretty good, Thwack.
Okay, so, Thwack, you are having to face a really long exit. This is not an easy way to be running out of due to the distance. But by the time you are hearing the explosions, you are at this exit, and you're running for it. You're gunning for it. There's 2 guards stood in your way. One of them points and says, "Oi, that's that fucker who knocked him out." And there's 3 guards, in like a triangular position here at Thwack. This is the light of freedom is beyond. You've heard the first of the explosions. The rumbling is happening. Another second in this place and you're dead. What does Thwack do?
Oh man. There's 4 more bombs planted around the premises. If you don't run right now, you're dead.
Give me deception with advantage. You're barely even line.
Oh no!
Deception, not perception.
Oh shit! Yes! Come on, come on, come on!
And this guy says, "Are we gonna fucking?" And then the explosion rattles more rocks, and this guard's like, "Believe him? Yeah." It runs. This one says, "Fuck you." This one's for Earl. And one of them does swing his bill around and try and hit you upside the head with it. Dealing a fateful 7 slashing. Your ear is halfway on, Thwack. But you run by. You run for freedom. You see the boat. You see the guards. The explosions rolling down the hill. Meanwhile, you were stuffing the catacomb exit with Sly Fox. Fred, and Sly looks at you and he says, "This might be it," as the rocks fall all around. And Red.
I mean, if I can, I'd like to make the choice to push Sly away to leave me behind.
He looks at you and he says, "I'll never forget you." As he runs.
Yep.
Red, you're
Falls
collapsed,
back.
almost free. Roll one last d20, Red.
One last D20. Come on.
You crawl
no,
through the
wait.
catacombs, trying to reach freedom.
Another 14. This game just wants to keep giving me 14s.
And the explosion comes down all around as Thwack disappears out the door, and the king, blown sky high with all of Parliament, he finds himself all over his kingdom. With the tragic loss of Red, the coup was assured. Thwack was well taken care of and reinstated in the military band after a change of leadership, as the new House of Commons convened in a new Parliament building with different ideals behind them. The Arnfath returned to its former place of glory, and the new brand disintegrating in support as the Inquisitors descended into infighting and blame. Sly Fox speaks fondly of his compatriot he couldn't save, Red, and his just and noble sacrifice. And with that, we find ourselves at the crux of history, where a brave and jolly few, managed to bring victory over death and deliver the kingdom from tyranny with just several metric tons of gunpowder and one hell of a plot. And on this November 5th, I can't think of any reason this gunpowder or this treason ought ever be forgot. Adieu! With 26 minutes on the clock. I can't put a better ending on that, though. I think this is feedback phase. Thank you all for joining us, and Turg, why don't you go first and hit me with it? What you liked, what you didn't like, what you want to see more of, and anything else you'd like to let the good people know.
Yeah, man. So what I liked, as you were discussing before we started playing, I could definitely tell that this is a game that you had in mind for a while. You can tell by the attention to detail and the fun little dialogues that you had planned between the characters and stuff. It was a good time. I enjoyed the story that you formulated. Didn't really have any qualms today. No technical issues. The game seemed really fun. You gave us lots of player agency, so yeah, I don't really have a negative to give you, bub. And
what would you see more of?
I mean, I'm always a fan of these like one-shot games that really build a nice little world that you can have a fun time role playing and imagining based on the world that you've created. So I'd say more of these, man.
Wonderful, wonderful. And anything else you want to let the good people know?
Hey, over at Tabletop Anthologies tonight, we're going to be starting at 10 p.m., I believe, Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be playing some Curse of Strahd, Dungeons and Dragons, hosted by our good pal Tabletop Tony. So catch us.
Very good, very good. And with that, we come to Nye, come, and show us the glimmer in your eye.
Yeah, that was really good. I definitely agree with what Turg was saying, was that like I really liked the attention to detail you gave, and how even though it was only a one shot, it felt very fleshed out. I think that's honestly my only criticism is, man, I would really like to see more of this world. I think that it's quite interesting, and I will say this: I don't often get to play with guns in, or get shot at by guns in D&D settings, so that's
Yeah.
fun.
I mean, you don't see a
Well,
lot of 1700s type fiction in
yeah.
D&D, but I think
Well,
it'll
yeah,
explore.
it would be yeah. I'd go off on a tangent if I started talking about that, but yeah, and I know some people don't like their characters dying, but like I was like, yes, this is good. Although I feel like that's definitely like in a movie quality. Like, oh wait, no, it was a fake out. He's gonna live. No, he did die and dead. Oh shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked that a lot. So yeah, that's all really I have to say. Yeah.
Wonderful. Fun fact, this adventure is available in our Discord and the Theory Crafting channel. You learn things like if they had gone through the catacombs, they could have fought a skeleton for his magic sword, or gotten it by being a righteous person. And if you go over, if they'd been over the street, they would have had to get through several of those sniffing dogs first, in like a little like portcullis chamber. And there were all sorts of opportunities for how to get around that. They took the river. I think the river is, in a way, it feels like it robs you of some content, because you guys didn't get to explore the whole thing, but I loved the realization of, like, I was like, yeah, they could do this however they want. I've built this building like a real building would be built, arranged it for gameplay, and let them do what they will. And I really got that experience. That was wonderful. But here you can see, like, here's the western insert, here's the southern insert, here's the stairs that they're supposed to send runners back to. If you're slow, Sly Fox is in a fight in this area when you first arrive. Here's your way out. I probably should have said... Anyways, and you know, you did the whole thing went boom. So beautiful, beautiful play, beautiful game. And yeah, I don't want to run out to time, but this is an adventure that has such a definitive ending that I would not rob anyone of that fine gameplay. So thank you for coming out, Dreamers. Also, Voice in the Baltic Star is live in like an hour doing their 5th of November content. And we're live at 8:30 p.m. Eastern with Dragon Eye Blues, Episode 2, for some Neon Punk Change Stars shoot 'em up. So you can't go wrong with like the quadruple shot of games tonight. Please come by, sample the delicacies, and until next time, Dreamers, I bid you adieu, and remember, the 5th of November. It's a wonderful time of the year that comes around once each year. So, we're rating Lollygaggers. I'll see you on the flip. Boop.
Okay.
And the raid has been created.
Awesome. Yeah.
And boop, raid